in the month of May. It's sort of like you're swimming in the deep end of the pool.
Okay.
And you get tired. Maybe you're just sort of wading around and you get tired and you try to swim to the edge and then like something knocks you back and you get knocked back in the middle.
That's
and you keep trying to swim to the edge to get some rest and something keeps knocking you back.
I just need it.
Yeah, and you never can seem to swim to the edge. Mm-hmm. That is what I think May does for a mom. It's just one thing after another. And like you said, it's also emotional because you're wrapping up a year. They're a year older. I mean, if you look at fall, like first day pictures and then last day pictures, you see how much they grow that year.
Yeah.
So that's emotional. It's physically draining and it's mentally draining, you know, because your kids are also emotional about it. Hey, moms and dads. Welcome to Wire Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about preparing for May. May is become the new December, right? It is crammed full of all the parties, the celebrations, that, you know, getting out of school, and all the things is so much for in a mom's world. So, cannot wait to dive into this episode today and learn some new tricks of the trade to give you guys a peaceful May.
Well, hello and welcome to Wire Talk. I'm Emily, your host for Wire Talk, and I'm with the lovely Karen Stubbs, which is also my mom, if you guys didn't know that. And today, we're going to be talking about It's Gonna Be May.
I love how she sings that title, It's Gonna Be May. Well,
do you know why I'm singing that title?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Gonna Be Me is the song.
Okay, well, I was just making sure you got my reference.
Oh, my Lord, Emily.
I did make a Taylor Swift reference the other day, and you did not get it.
I skipped it. I know. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm old, people. You know what?
You're not that old.
Well, I'm going to be 60 this year.
I know. I'm so excited.
What? I mean, that sounds like my mother.
Mom, you're a young 60.
Oh, my Lord.
But you're not 60 yet.
Yeah, I'm not 60 yet. Let's just pause and talk about our outfits.
Guys, wearing hot pink.
I know. And I'm loving your hot pink. And I'm loving my little heart. Can y'all see it? Isn't it so cute?
I love a good comfy sweatshirt.
Listen.
And I'll tell you this. Okay. I love a good airy sweatshirt, right?
Yeah.
And this has the airy feels. It's got the fabric. I got it at Old Navy for $17.
Wow. What colors did it come in?
I don't know. I saw the hot pink and I stopped looking.
Oh, I love.
It's supposed to be a swim cover-up. I would not
that
wear
would
it
be
to
a
the pool.
short swim
I
cover
would be like,
up.
this is not a cover-up. I mean,
it's long sleeved to mention you'd burn up.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's really light. But no, it is not a swim cover-up. This for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a teeny bopper anymore. But
okay, let's pause. Let's talk about that cover-ups. So we just got back from Cancun a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Y'all, I was at the hotel and we were going down to the beach and got on the elevator and there were these girls. And first off, they did not have a cover-up. Did I always make y'all wear a cover-up?
Absolutely, you did.
Yes, I did. But secondly, they had on thongs. Y'all, I mean, cheeks out and no cover-up.
Just walking around.
I was mortified. I know I was staring.
How could you not?
Craig's like, close your mouth. I talked about it for 10 minutes. Obviously, it's still in my brain because I'm still talking about it. I just couldn't get over it. I was just like, okay, no cover up in a regular bathing suit. That's a little much. But to have on a thong and no cover up and these sweet old men in the lobby and you're just walking through, that's embarrassing. They were not embarrassed. They could have cared less.
You know, so sometimes when we're recording podcasts, we say pause, like to our editor, so they know to stop. So I thought you were literally just telling me that story. So I'm like, this is a long story for just a pause. But you were telling everybody
I was telling everybody, like, let's pause talking about our outfits. Because when you said cover up, I'm like,
well, speaking of May, you've got the beach and you've got, swimsuits.
She's getting us back to our topic.
It is hard. It is hard to find a cute bathing suit that covers your bottom.
You up.
And I was at a store the other day and it was like these cute little bikinis or like a Land's End dress. And I was like, okay, can we have like a
in the middle?
Like, I don't necessarily want to be wearing a dress. I just want something that's going to cover everything.
Yeah.
And, I was just like, okay. But then I started looking for Harper. And I was just like, okay, I don't want her wearing a stringed bikini. She's 5 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, bathing suits is hard. So
I used to tell your dad, I'm going to have to go get nicer suits for the girls.
well, I was just going to say.
And pay the extra money,
Yeah.
and you're just going to have to be okay with it. And that was the one time he really never balked at it. He was like, yeah, okay, do what you got to do.
Well, I told Brian because when this airs, we would have already been back from Mexico, but we're going to Mexico. And I told Brian, I said, I know that I could buy these bathing suits from these cheaper places, but I can't because they don't fit me right.
Right.
So I'm going to have to, I ended up buying like 2 from Athleta because I'm like, I know the quality is good. I know they cover. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but this is going to be more expensive.
Well, happy anniversary because you're going to celebrate
Thanks.
your 10-year anniversary.
Our anniversary isn't till June, but we are celebrating early in March because that was when it worked for you in Dad's calendar.
Yes.
So you got to work for what your parents can do and whatever childcare says.
Yes. Well, that is great tie-in to we got to work to make it work out for us. And that's what we're going to talk about for
Yes.
May, of doing all the things to help bring peace into your life.
Yes, because May is coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. And I'm in a season of preschool. I'm
Yep.
a preschool mom. And this is also a transition year for me because this is the first year that we're moving out of preschool and we're moving into kindergarten next year. So this season feels a little bit more emotional for me. I'm excited for Harper to go to kindergarten, but it's also like, it doesn't feel like, to me, the preschool, I don't feel like the heaviness of the schedule. I feel the emotions of the schedule. Like,
Right.
This is her last Easter egg hunt. This is her last end of the school year program. This is her last things like that. That's what I am at. And then Grayson, I'm like, listen, we got 2 more years, buddy. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, but I know that, other people like Kelsey, I know that she's got class parties and Chapman's baseball and Kelsey's and Evie's play is coming up and Talon's got all the preschool things. So you just add all of that and it's just a lot.
This is a lot.
So how did you handle that? Like when we were growing up?
I did the best I could, and I told all of y'all, like, I can't do everything for everybody.
Yeah.
So I may make your field day this year, but may not make your brother's, or vice versa. And y'all are always pretty good with it, especially since your dad traveled so much.
Yeah.
Y'all gave me a lot of grace, which I appreciate. And I did try to get to the big things. Like, obviously if you had horse shows, I was there. If Taylor had golf tournaments, I was there. Kelsey's plays, I was there.
Like programs and stuff. You were
Right,
there.
programs and things, I made a point. But Kelsey would have like 6 plays. I would tell her, you pick your top 2 shows you want me to go to. I mean, it's the same show every night. So you pick 2 out of the 6 and I'll be there. Other than that, I'm not going to every single show.
You just can't.
Nor do I want to. Let's just be real. And so
Keeping it real on Wire Talk, everybody.
come on. No, we don't have time for that. So, and she was fine with it. Usually it was opening night and usually closing night. And I'm like, cool, I can do that.
Yeah.
So, I picked and I chose different things. And sometimes I didn't make it to everything. And I just told myself, you're only one person. You can only do so much. So give yourself a break and move on.
You told that to yourself.
Told that to myself.
I thought we were talking to Kelsey.
I talk to myself, people.
I do too, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, oh, just myself. It's fine.
Hey moms, it's Katie. Karen's speaking calendar is full for 2024, but we're officially opening up her calendar for 2025 for new bookings. Karen would love to come teach her life-changing content on temperaments, discipline, and all things motherhood to the moms in your community. If you're part of a church or an organization that's looking for a phenomenal speaker for your next moms event or for your annual conference, head to our website, birdsonawiremoms.com/invite, and fill out our simple inquiry form. We'd love to partner with you to bring Karen and her practical parenting wisdom to your town. Again, head to birdsonawiremoms.com/invite and fill out an inquiry form today. Okay, let's get back to the show.
How does the busyness of May impact a mom's mental, physically, and emotionally self?
I think for moms in the month of May, it's sort of like you're swimming in the deep end of the pool.
Okay.
And you get tired. Maybe you're just sort of, wading around and you get tired. And and you try to swim to the edge and then like something knocks you back and you get knocked back in the middle.
Ooh, that's a
and
good
you keep
illustration.
trying to swim to the edge to get some rest and something keeps knocking you
Like,
back.
I just need it.
Yeah, and you never can seem to swim to the edge. That is what I think May does for a mom. It's just one thing after another. And like you said, it's also emotional.
Yeah.
Because you're wrapping up a year. They're a year older. They're not, I mean, if you look at fall, like first day pictures and then last day pictures,
Aww.
you see how much they grow that year.
Yeah.
So that's emotional. It's physically draining and it's mentally draining, you know, because your kids are also emotional about it, you know. So I just think a mom just gets overwhelmed and tired. That's what I think May does.
So if you could give a practical word of encouragement and tip to all of these moms who, whether they are preschool moms, let's start at the beginning, they're newborn moms, they're like, I don't really have that much going on, but you know, everybody else does. So there's a lot of things that they're invited to. Then you fast forward to these sweet moms who their babies are going off to college and they're graduating and they've got everything. What could you give to love on these moms that are dealing with all sorts of craziness right now?
Well, I'm going to start with the moms of the seniors
Okay.
of high school because I've been talking to a lot of them lately and they're all super sad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just so focused on the last, like you just said, but in preschool, this is high school. Here's my encouragement to them. They're not dying. They're not going away. And honestly, it is hard because they won't be in your house every single day next year, but your daughter, your son starts morphing into an adult, and it's such a beautiful thing. Let them go. I'm not going to say don't grieve because you will grieve some of it, but it's okay. This next season that they're coming into is wonderful. I truly enjoyed y'all in those college years. Y'all were great. Y'all were excited when you came home. We got to do fun things, and then you went back off. We still talked and FaceTime
All the
throughout the
time.
week, you know, all the time. But when you came home, you were just so mature and lovely, and I just enjoyed it so much.
Did you hear that, guys? I was so lovely.
I'm just saying, your graduating seniors are not dying.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
don't be so sad because they're so happy.
Yeah.
And if you are sad, keep it to yourself. I mean, you know, don't be sad all the time, moping around and I'm going to miss you, I'm going to miss you. That just brings them down and it makes them sad. Let them be joyful and glad and just take it all in.
Yeah. You did not show much grief.
I did not.
I was like, hi, Mom. You're like, bye. See you later. Greg, let's go get Mexican. I'm like, oh okay.
I don't know if that was that cold-hearted, but
I mean, you were,
probably
but that's okay.
close.
It's okay. I knew you were excited for me. I was excited. It was nerve-wracking. But I think because you weren't sad, I wasn't able to be sad in that moment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's okay. Mom, you have so many great strengths. It's just you just live in the moment. And you weren't sad because you knew I wasn't dying.
You were going to Auburn, so,
I was so
you were going to
excited.
be so set. So no, I didn't worry about it at all. No, I didn't at all. But anyways, and then for the mamas, I mean, it's just so, let's just skip down to the preschool because once again, Harper's not dying.
No.
And she's going to have Easter egg hunts next year in kindergarten, and she's going to have parties. It may not be the preschool do it up and everything, but it's going to be other things, and she's going to love it.
She is going to love it.
Harper is going to freaking love elementary school.
She's going to thrive. I'm very excited
She
for her.
is. So, yeah.
Okay. You're right. Harper's not dying. And I just need to keep that mindset of just being present in where she is and trying not to fast forward
Just enjoy it.
And just enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good stay present and enjoy it because she's not dying. She's just getting older and I get to be there.
And you know what?
What a blessing.
What a blessing that she's getting older.
Yes,
You
it
know?
is for sure.
Yeah.
So, well, Mom, you talk all the time about time management. I think that's a big part of having a low stress May. How can moms effectively prioritize tasks and commitments during these busy months? And what strategies can you help them manage their time more effectively?
All right. Well, let's look at the date today. It's April 23rd. So
Yeah.
May hasn't even started.
Okay.
So this is for everybody. Get your calendars out right now. Look at the whole month.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your kids, when are your parties? When are your field days? When are your tournaments? When are your, end of the year celebrations and all that? Help me out. write it all on the calendar. And then if you're a working mom, look at your calendar and say, all right, do I have a big project that's due the same week as a lot of these things? If so, you work hard right now to start wrapping that thing up. So it's not all hitting at the same time.
Smart.
Ask your boss, hey, is there any way we could push this to this week instead of that week? That would be great. If we can't, that's fine. I'm going to work hard now. I'm going to get work this weekend. I'm going to go in the office and I'm going to get this project done so that whenever May, this busy week right here, falls, I'm not going nuts.
Right.
Because if you have a huge project due at work and you've got all these mommy duties, it's just too much.
For sure.
We can only handle so much. So that's that. I would also take into account your schedule, your kid's age, everything that's going on, and have that conversation with the kids. Hey, I cannot go to all these things. Will you pick one or two things that this means the world to you that I'm there? Like, I really want you there for this, Mom. They had one year in Taylor's elementary, he had field day, and it was for the Mother's Day around that time, make a birdhouse with your mom. And I said, okay, I can't do both. Which one do you want? Because they were both like, in the morning till like lunchtime, and I was working.
Right.
And he said, I really want you to make the birdhouse with me. And I'm like, okay, that's not the one I would have chosen, but let's do it. And I did.
Well, I think that's so smart to bring them into that decision.
Yeah. And let them be a part of it and explain to them, I would love to be at both, but I have to work.
Yeah.
And Dad's not here. So what do you want me to do?
I love
We
that.
got to pick.
Going back to the Easter episode is you kind of sometimes can't sugarcoat it.
Can't sugarcoat
And I
it.
can't make it to everything, but help me pick what's most important.
Yeah. What's most important to you?
Yeah.
Because you're just basically saying, hey, I'll do whatever you want. This is a great time to give your child a voice and let them voice it.
And you're only one person.
So, and just remind yourself that you're only one person and you can't do it all. And that's A-okay, guys. It's A-okay that you can't do it all. Nobody does it all.
No.
Nobody does it all. All right?
All right. Well, amidst all of the commitments of the kids and work or families and holidays and everything, what is something small that's a little practical for some self-care for these mamas in May?
Ooh, love that question. All right, think about small self-care things.
Okay.
Let's don't think huge, grandiose things.
I'm thinking like getting my nails done, getting a coffee.
So that's
sleeping in
self-care for you?
Sleeping in till like Brian getting the kids one morning up and me not doing that, dropping kids off for preschool.
That's great
self-care.
ideas.
Or
I'd
going out
also
to Mexican for dinner one night.
love that, which I think we're going to do tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Think of a walk after dinner just to clear your mind. Say, hey, honey, can you get the kids' baths and stuff like that? I'm going to go outside and just take a walk around the block for 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes that's by yourself. That's a game changer. Start your day off with your time with God. That's the best way to give yourself some love first thing in the morning. And I used to pray like, God, I got a lot to do today. There's a lot on my plate. I'm running from here, there, and everywhere. I need you to expand the day, the hour, and expand the time to make it all fit and work. Other little self-care things, bubble baths were always a good escape for me. Starbucks run, like you said, before you dash to the recital or whatever. And on the weekends, try to take a nap. I used to love, we used to have a hammock, and I used to love to get in the hammock Sunday afternoon after church. I would just, in the spring,
I could go to sleep right now just thinking about it.
It was fabulous. Try that. It's wonderful.
And if you guys didn't know, if you are struggling with your quiet time and you're like, I don't even know where to even have that, and I don't have time to get out my Bible and a journal, and where do I even start? Birds on a Wire Mom has a Moments with God for moms, and it is such a quick and wonderful devotional that will fill that cup so easily. And there's a verse at the top, there's a devotional, and then there's a prayer. And even if you can take that in your car, like waiting, if you're like, I can't do that in my house, my morning's too crazy, put it in your car and read it during car ride or line. It'll really change the way you start your day for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, they're all for moms, and I think it hits home because they're written for moms.
You wrote them for moms. Yes. They're great. Can you talk about delegating tasks or sharing responsibilities to lighten the load in busy seasons?
Yeah, I would just divide and conquer with your husband, and I would just share with him, this is the list of everything we have to do this month. And hey, honey, if you could do 2 or 3 of these, that would be great. Sort of like you let your child pick, let your husband pick. And I'm sure he will do it if he can. And it can be such a lifesaver. We as moms don't have to be at every single little thing, but our husband can be there and be in place of us, and that's okay. You know, even whenever Taylor moved into college, I could not be with him that time to move him into college, and Greg moved him in, and it all worked out just fine, you know? So
there you go.
Let the dads be a part.
Well, in the midst of the busyness, how can moms ensure that they take time to celebrate the achievements and milestones during May, both big and small? Because May is busy, but it's also really, really exciting.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I would just, during the week, I would write down all the achievements that's happening. Maybe there's an award ceremony at school, and, you know, because it's such a busy time, we can easily just sort of rush past the achievements. Oh, Greg, Emily, you know, was on the AB, you know, list for the year or made all A's all year. And so that was good. It was like at dinner, and it just sort of, you know, but write them all down. And then on the weekend, like get something fun, like a cookie cake, or, you know, I don't know, you have fun drink Friday where you'll do little Shirley Temples for the kids. Do something fun like that and say, okay, we're going to celebrate. Emily made honor roll this whole year, didn't miss any days throughout the year. That's a big excitement. You know, Taylor scored this on his golf tournament and they won for the team or whatever, you know, things like that, and just celebrate it, but have like a little fun something. Go to the grocery store, get some cupcakes, bring it home, and just be like, all right, this happened, this happened, this happened. Harper graduated from preschool.
Hurrah.
Yeah, and it's not just the night that she graduated. It's like that weekend, like you're bringing it up again. Like, this is a fun thing. Like, we need to celebrate it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, and those are easy ways to do it. So,
thank you.
Well, moms, that's all we have for you today, but I hope that this gave you some great food for thought as you move into May. And don't forget to get those calendars out, prioritize, make your non-negotiables, bring your kids in these decisions, bring whoever is alongside you with your village and help them accomplish these tasks. Don't forget, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to be at everything, but celebrate them, the big wins, the little wins in any way you can. And thank you so much for listening to Wire Talk. A free way that you can support our ministry in this Wire Talk is subscribing with whatever platform you're watching. YouTube, which we're on YouTube, Apple Music, Podcast, Spotify, however, you subscribing shows our podcast to more people and will hopefully encourage more people as we move into May. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next Tuesday.